Welcome to day 4. We're going to today do an analysis of the Chesapeake, Virginia real estate market real quick. Let's hop into it. I'm Oliver Perry. This is the Oliver Perry Show. Let's do this. All right, so I'm going to go through strictly the real estate market in Chesapeake, Virginia, as we said before. Now, this is really simple. So in Chesapeake, Virginia, you've got quite a bit going on. I've grown up in the area, so it's going to be a little bit different for me when it comes to my thought process behind it because I grew up there. So I went to Great Bridge High School, rival to, Oscar Smith. So Chesapeake is a great mix of the rural and the suburban. Once you get out to the Hickory area, it gets a little bit more country. Hickory, Grassfield, Kings Fork now, all that stuff, it gets a little bit rural when you get there, but it's a great mix of the suburban and the rural. Now, what's been interesting about the Chesapeake market, as you can see, you've got the population at 244,000, basically 245,000 be true. The dominant sex, of course, is female. It's been upwards in population, I think, by 22%. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember exactly. But the age group is a little bit lower than Suffolk, where Suffolk was 39, Chesapeake is at 37. So the median income is at 77. Household value is $290K, which is actually really impressive. Sorry about that. It's actually really, really good for that market itself. I was surprised that it was that high. Hold on, wait a second. You guys can't hear me. What is going on? Stand by 1 second, y'all. My apologies. I don't know what's happening here. Technical difficulties. Okay, so you guys can't hear me. For some reason, it's coming through my actual speakers here on my computer. So let's fix that real quick. All right. There we go. Okay, so back to it. Turn on my microphone. Okay, so this is what's going on here in this particular market. As you can see, hold on, wait a second. I'm going to share with you my desktop so you can see it. All right, cool. Now you can see it. So this is what's going on. As you can see, you've got quite a bit when it comes to the housing location. So when you look at the housing, the bedroom demand, you can see it's 13,000 at the 2-bedroom as opposed to the others, 3, 4, even the one in the studio apartment is kind of irrelevant, just considering you're sitting at 13,000 people are looking for a 2-bedroom. So that means automatically when I go and look in this particular area, when I talk to the people that we talk to, we're going to get on here, whenever we go back through some of these locations, it's all going to be based on, okay, 2-bedroom. I know when I look for a renter, it's going to be a 2-bedroom location. So it has to be that 2-bedroom for me to be able to execute the way that I think it should be executed. And it's simply the game is how it works. There's nothing that I can do to kind of control that. So we just kind of ride that wave. Now, next, as you can see, the household target income, and I changed this according to the other, as opposed to the other one. The other one just said household target. So to make it clear, it's household target income. That's the income that the target is making. As you can see, it's 11,000 people making 75 to 100,000. Now, again, is again not too far from Norfolk, too far from Hampton, Newport News. So all the stuff you got going on, and Chesapeake is actually a pretty good area. You've got Great Bridge, Deep Creek, Hickory, Kings Fork, Grassfield, Oscar Smith area. All these things you've got, and the school system isn't that bad. So you can imagine quite a few families living in the Chesapeake area, which makes it a little bit more when it comes to the location. So you're gonna look at the average work commute. As you can see, the highest is at 20 to 24 minutes. And as you can imagine, again, these people are driving from Chesapeake to Norfolk Naval or the Norfolk Naval Hospital. And that's because I think the large majority of the people that are working in the Chesapeake area are military related. Now, I did not include that in the industry and employers, but for the most part, there's a lot. You got Little Creek Naval Base, you've got Norfolk Naval Base as well there. So because of the amount, and not to mention you got the Army base as well. What used to be Fort Monroe, that's actually shut down, and you got Fort Belvoir, which is north, and Fort Eustis. So you got Fort Eustis and Fort Belvoir north. Fort Belvoir is closer to the Maryland area, but Fort Eustis is closer to Rhodes area. So you got a lot of people working there, as well as in Suffolk. They've actually got a military base there as well. That's not as well known, but it's still a military base. So you still got civilian personnel as well as military personnel going in and out of that location. So as I said, the great part about it is just you see the 20 to 30 minutes, 20 to 24 minutes. You see the 75 to 100,000. So that means we can also go up, like I said, go up when it comes to the rent itself, and not be too afraid to do something proper to that particular property, because it's going to rent out relatively high as long as you got a 2-bedroom. The thing that I am kind of nervous and uncomfortable about is here when it comes to the market rate, the crime rate in the market, and then the crime versus the US. Now it's slightly higher, but it is movement as opposed to going on a downward movement as we saw with Suffolk. So it's kind of something you got to be aware of, but I don't think it's as epic as I'm making it seem. It's just something that I keep on the back of my mind as I look at it. So now we're going to go to the industry employers. As you can see, Chesapeake Public School System, the city of Chesapeake itself, Chesapeake Regional Hospital is another one. And then you got, of course, Walmart, and this says slightly, but that's only pertaining to the crime rate. I just wanted to make a note to myself to make sure that I remember that it was slightly higher than the others. Now, what's also interesting is you could see the biggest city nearby is Philadelphia, and that's after you'd hit to 200 plus 200 in Norfolk, Virginia area. Again, we'll get the relationships and all that stuff and the deal tracker later on. Right now, we're going to stick to what we're on as we speak, and that's just basically looking at the initial level of all these deals, all this real estate area itself. So we're not looking to go super deep for the moment. We'll get to that when we get into the rent markets, and we'll get into the specific neighborhoods, and you'll see this breakdown go from Chesapeake, Portsmouth, Norfolk, Suffolk to actually areas in Chesapeake. So Chesapeake will break down even deeper. So that's what you need to look for. That's what you need to watch for. Love you guys. Remember, you're better you are, but you're not half as good as you're going to be. I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Now all I got to do is hit the stop button.